Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Samoan Droptoberfest continues. Blake Chadwick on the call. Television championship on the line. Wildman Rojas going one-on-one with Sean Maluta as the prophecy continues to try to keep their reign of terror intact here at WXW. But Sean Maluta, who things have gotten really personal over the last couple of weeks here with the prophecy, trying to not only just dispatch Robbie Rojas, but walk out of the Mineola Rec Center the television champion. And Rojas pops him with a back elbow. And he's going to go right on the attack there. Look at Wildman Robbie Rojas fully mounting Maluta there with those right hands. And of course, on the outside of the ring, you see Alex G, the leader of the prophecy, and also one half of the tag team champions. As you see Rojas now going to town on Maluta in the corner. Irish whip into the opposite buckle. Maluta gets out of the corner there. Measures him out, goes for the standing side kick. And Robbie Rojas has it well scouted. Puts himself back in between the top rope and middle rope. And avoids disaster. As Maluta with a drop kick right to the kisser. Coming out of the corner there does Rojas. As that one caught him out of nowhere. As Sean Maluta, who's had his hands full the last few months with ERA, now has his eyes focused on the prophecy. He's trying to work his way up all the way through the ranks, starting here with Rojas in the television title. The Irish whip. And a kick right to the face is going to clothesline Rojas down. Hooks the outside leg, one. And a near fall there for Maluta. As he wants to climb the ladder of WXW, getting back to that heavyweight title mix. And he says whoever gets in his path, he will take down bit by bit. As he's starting to light up Rojas here with those educated feet, is Sean Maluta. And of course, anytime you're out there against the prophecy, any of the other members lingering around ringside always has to be in the back of your mind. As you know, Maluta has to be thinking about Alex G each and every time he glances towards that entranceway. In addition to Regina, who has made her presence felt throughout the women's division. And her feud with Dynamite Didi over the last few months. As both these men in a precarious situation now on the ring apron. And Rojas with the DDT onto the ring apron. No padding or protection there. That hard frame of the ring, 20 by 20, driven right into the face of Sean Maluta. And now taken face first into the guardrail. And a difficult time now for Maluta. As Robbie Rojas has swung the tide back into the prophecy's favor. As Maluta now tries to fight back on the outside. Both of these men have 10 seconds to get back in the ring. But what, of course, plays into Robbie Rojas' favor, he does not have to get back in. And he can still be the television champion. Now up on the apron now. Robbie Rojas with a flying body attack just lodges himself at Maluta. Takes him out. Both men are down on the arena floor here. The referee continues to administer that count. The television title hanging in the balance. What a great contest here in the early portion of Samoan Droptoberfest. Great action still to come. ERA defending that heavyweight title. But let's see if one might change hands right here. Robbie Rojas going for a dangerous suplex right on the entrance ramp. Maluta puts on the brakes, sensing desperation. And Maluta with a suplex to Rojas. Launches him right into the ring apron. As Robbie Rojas goes back first. And he's crumpled in a heap right now. And Alex G looks like his plan for the prophecy is not going exactly how expected. Back on the inside, Maluta taking down Rojas with a knife-edge chop. Now tries to go back on the attack as the tide has swung back to Sean Maluta's favor after that missed suplex on the outside by Rojas. And we're not necessarily near the beach But Sean Maluta is ready to go surfing here. And he's rocking back on Rojas. Can he pop him up? Instead, he's going to wrench back on the chin. I thought he was going to go for the surfboard. But instead, that modified surfboard, almost Indian deathlock, wrenching back on the neck of Robbie Rojas. And Sean Maluta is in complete control right here. Pulls him back up to a vertical base. Scoop slam by Maluta. Off the ropes now. Here comes the challenger, picking up some momentum. Maluta continues to run the ropes. And he backs up and almost taking a page out of the Prophecy's playbook in terms of disrespecting their opponents. Maluta kicks the proverbial dirt on Rojas. 1, 2. And a near fall. As there's no love lost here, very little respect has been shown between either competitor. As Sean Maluta, not a fan of how Robbie Rojas and the rest of the Prophecy disrespects that Samoan heritage of Alpha the Wild Samoan, and of course Sean Maluta, as that clothesline's going to take out Maluta now. Rojas driving that knee right to the back of the neck as Maluta's draped over that middle rope. And now the Prophecy has control once again here at Samoan Droptoberfest. Rojas continues with that unorthodox offense. The one thing that has always stood in the way of the Prophecy and Alpha the Wild Samoan and the rest of the higher-ups here at WXW, they do not respect that Samoan heritage, and we've seen all their issues with the Beast over the last few weeks. Really displaying that blatant lack of respect. As Rojas now showing off that power and strength. And a scoop slam. Off the ropes goes Rojas and a seated drop kick. And it looks like he might have him where he wants him as the television champion. Drops an elbow once again as the unpredictable Wildman from Patterson, New Jersey, now choking away on Sean Maluta. My broadcast colleague Dan Ragu went to the back to find out some more information based on what's going to happen later on this evening, trying to get the inside scoop. He'll be back with me in a very short period of time. But it might be a good idea for Dan, as from what I understand, Dan a little afraid of Wildman Robbie Rojas. As you see Sean Maluta, the intensity starting to pick up here. One man that's not afraid of him is Maluta. And here he comes now. Goes for that spinning kick. Robbie Rojas puts on the brakes, and there's a DDT. But Maluta pops right up, and Maluta fires back now. Sean Maluta digging deep, turning on that second gear, and trying to walk out of Samoan Droptoberfest with some gold around his waist. The Irish open to the opposite buckle. Maluta charges in, and a face wash to the champion. And Robbie Rojas in a very precarious situation now. Getting kicked away in the corner by Sean Maluta again. Only Alex G and Regina out here. But you gotta wonder, Ushaka, Nathan Vane, Reggie Rhythm, any potential new members, where is the rest of the Prophecy? As Maluta puts Rojas in position. Could it be frog splash time here in Mineola? He listened to this crowd at the Mineola Rec Center. They're getting firmly behind their man. Maluta's up top. Instead, he goes for the double stomp. He hits it now. Could this do it? He rolls him over. We got a new WXW television champion. 1, 2, and 2.5. And Robbie Rojas, with all this strength he's got remaining, is able to kick out and keep the television title in the camp of the Prophecy. Maluta picks Rojas back up to a vertical base, trying to chop down this tree of Wildman Robbie Rojas. Maluta now. And he's going to get reverse neckbreakered as Rojas takes him down. Nice desperation move. Both men are down. The television title hanging in the balance here. As these men are going back and forth, Robbie Rojas got to give him a lot of credit. He has not given up when it looks like Maluta was about to take the title. As the unpredictable wild man of the prophecy, going at it here with Sean Maluta. And Maluta now. He's got him in the ropes. He's going to send him for a ride. Irish whip and the back elbow. Sends Rojas right down. Maluta tries another cover. 1, 2, and 2.5. And you can really see the desperation starting to set in there on the challenger, as Sean Maluta feels that he's inching ever so closely to winning that television title, and Robbie Rojas will not stay down. Maluta toying with him a little bit here. The frustration of not winning the heavyweight title the last couple of months from ERA, magnified with his problems with the prophecy, has this attitude on full display in this contest by Sean Maluta. He's going to charge in. Nobody home there on the corner splash. And Rojas now. He might have just found himself an opening. And Rojas stomping away there on Maluta. And the wild man putting himself in position. Robbie Rojas. And he's going to eat the boot of Maluta with that super kick. Coming off the top, Rojas wasn't ready for it. And Sean Maluta might be putting himself in position to win the TV title. But it looks like Robbie Rojas might have suffered some sort of knee injury here. Maluta trying to pull him out of the corner. The referee keeping him at bay, as Robbie Rojas looks to be seriously injured. As Alex G getting in the ring. That, of course, is not allowed, but it looks like his man is injured. Maluta picks him up. Oh! And a mule kick there by Rojas. The referee distracted by Alex G. And a reverse DDT by Wildman. He's going to make the cover. It can't end like this. 1, 2, 3. And Robbie Rojas has just shocked Sean Maluta and retained the TV title. As Wildman Robbie Rojas, Regina, Alex G, and the rest of the prophecy, you see the smiles on their faces. And even though Robbie Rojas, the champion coming in, successfully defending the gold, this has to be considered a mild upset, as Sean Maluta has been considered the #1 contender to the WXW title for many months. He's now getting an opportunity at the TV title, and Robbie Rojas with a 1-2-3 pinfall victory over Sean Maluta. As Rojas with that win and retention of the TV title, trying to really set the pace here at Samoan Droptoberfest for the prophecy and their exploits and title defenses. And you can see Sean Maluta none too pleased with the outcome, very frustrated with the way that he lost this match. He's never one to complain losing a match cleanly, but there's certainly a little bit of controversy surrounding the way Robbie Rojas closed out this contest. And by the look on Maluta's face and the reaction of the crowd here at the Mineola Rec Center, Maluta is not done chasing that TV title. And he certainly doesn't look done with his issues with the prophecy in general, specifically Wildman Robbie Rojas. I have to imagine, folks, as things heat up, as we get ready to head down to Miami, coming up in a few weeks, and get ready to close out 2015, Robbie Rojas and Sean Maluta are on a collision course for some serious action here at WXW. Folks, my broadcast colleague Dan Ragu is going to rejoin me any second. More Samoan Droptoberfest continues in just a minute.